Whoa, whoa, whoa. Check it out right here. Shlep does not have a GoFundMe, okay? So you see that out in the world, report it, all right? That's not real. He's actually out there kicking ass instead of taking donations. Check it out. He's posting pictures, the mugshots of the criminals that he contributed to getting caught, okay? So his predator hunter strategy led to Gerald Robotnik getting arrested. I don't know what else to call this guy. Like, I did a double take earlier. I was like, what's a Sonic villain doing in a mugshot that Shlep is posting? Things have been going really weird for Sonic lately, I guess. That's a joke. That's a joke, okay? Anyway, Dexerto went to post about Roblox banning vigilante predator hunters. And of course, Shlep stood up and said, I think that these four and more are bigger threats to the community than people trying to hunt down those predators. But again, like I said, Schlepp's been on the attack. And he's got a good question here because Roblox comes out and they're like, this 17 plus thing isn't really cutting it because, wouldn't you know, 17-year-olds are also minors. That's right. The law considers 18 to be the magic number that you're an adult now. You could die for your country, but not buy cigarettes or, beer, I guess, in most places in the United States. But either way, 18's apparently going to be the limit that you can hang out in Roblox in a public bathroom or a dating sim, if you like, if you're that kind of person. Why is this happening in a children's game? You might ask yourself, because I, for one, do not associate Roblox with adult thinking, all right? The games are neat and fun because, again, they're made to entertain children. And when you play them in the context of, wow, it's nice to jump around parkour style inside of this world, well, you're not thinking about adult things. So it's bizarre to me why there has to be an 18 plus category at all, that those are not immediately banned upon their creation, in fact. I don't see why that shouldn't be the case. What does Roblox need an 18 plus anything for? You have to let me know what you think about that one. It doesn't matter if the subscriber count never changes. What matters is if we let the subscriber count change us. Every one of us has to find a reason to do this. You don't just climb up in front of a microphone and start spouting off your opinions because you're a YouTuber. You do it because you're driven. But we're going to move on here over to Nate Holdebray, okay? So Nate went out and he talked to the old Google machine and found out that Visa and Mastercard, the people that decided to take the ugly stick to Steam and itch.io, they're proud partners of Roblox. In fact, have no qualms about the repeated lawsuits involving children being harmed by predators, enabled by Roblox's complete lack of moderation. Okay? Even though that's all been going on, Visa and MasterCard have no problem. I didn't mean to do that. Have no problem sponsoring Roblox. But golly gosh darn, those games on Steam that are clearly marked for adults, those got to go because they're a pathway to hurting women. The kids, we don't want to impose anything on good old Roblox, now do we? We don't want to impose things on the microtransaction king, right? Well, as it turns out, you might even see this video disappear. Roblox has been on the attack. Drama Alert brings this post from Ruben Sim to us, and it says, YouTube erroneously took down my latest video where I talk about Roblox's inaction toward child predation. At YouTube, please look into it. Now, again, they're hitting him with what looks to be a child safety policy violation because he's talking too much about predatorial tactics. Now, again, YouTube enacts this upon the person reporting about Roblox, okay? It's a bizarre system, right? It's a bizarre system. We're talking about the problem is worse than actually committing the crime, apparently, okay? So we're going to go down the rabbit's hole a little further because apparently this happened to Stuttering Craig a lot, okay? He tried to upload this many, many times, and YouTube has continued to say, You see, this is where the problem begins to snowball, okay? It's enough that there's bad people on Roblox that are going after kids. That's bad enough on its own, okay? On top of that, you're not allowed to talk about it. Roblox doesn't want you to hunt down those predators, least of all letting people know you're doing it on their platform and recruiting more to do it, right? Inspiring more people to do it. Uh-oh. The other thing is YouTube doesn't want you talking about it because Roblox has a lot of click energy. And you start killing off Roblox, well, those kids might just go outside and they're not going to screen record their outside adventures. They can't. Unless mom and dad decide to rig them up with one of those GoPro systems where they record the kid. You know what they do? They put that on a cat. You watch the cat run around the parking lot being a little psychopath. Yeah, they'll do that to the kid. They'll just like strap the camera to the kid's chest and just send him off out into the world and monitor them, right? Make sure they're not being abducted because parenting's just too much to ask in this equation. We can't make sure that parents are observing their children's activity on Roblox. That's impossible, right? Because again, as all this suing and going after Roblox is going to prove, it doesn't stop the predators from predating. Predating is the word. I think it's predating. I'm not sure. Anyway, it doesn't stop them from hunting, okay? It doesn't stop them from going out and doing what they're doing. They either move on to a new platform or just go deeper down into the lingo of Roblox, into the culture of Roblox, so they stop sticking out as predators, right? And that's all they have to do is mask their language. There's bans that prevent people from interacting off platform, yet they continue to do that because they find a way around it using language. This is the beauty and the terror of the English language is that you just make up words as you go, and provided you're using them in the right context, people understand what you mean with little, uptick. They don't need a lot of back information in order to get that you're using this word now as opposed to the word that it actually is supposed to, apply here. Okay. Now, this is again more proof that YouTube and other institutions are going to continue protecting Roblox because it is a microtransaction hell. Okay. So a lot of kids want to watch other kids using these microtransactions to get further into games, have bigger adventures than them. And of course, that gets a lot of clicks on YouTube, that fun little ad revenue that they tell you that they're not doing with kids programming, but they are. You know as well as I do that they are. Because even when you turn on the not for kids function, even when you turn on the for kids function, unless you're over on YouTube Kids, ads are still going to be there. You just can't monetize your video once you mark it for kids. Okay? If you're not a channel that's over there for YouTube Kids, it's bad. All right? It's real bad. So again, this is what Stutter and Craig ran into, okay? And so now you see all this, they're jumping all over protecting their image. YouTube's running out, making sure that they A-okay because everybody in this circle's getting their palms greased. Come to find out that when you try to do a Shlep tribute game in Roblox, I had to pause for a minute. My tongue was going to get tied there. When you do a Shlep tribute game, Roblox will jump all over you, right? With 12,600 visitors, right? And I showed you before that Femboy Simulator game that had over 2.5 million visitors since the end of June of this year, okay? That's how quickly this stuff goes crazy on this platform for children. Now, this is supposed to celebrate the guy that was hunting down and assisting in the capture of predators that aimed to harm children. Their goal, under no circumstances, under no question, right? No, Roblox wasn't there to stop them. They are not being mistaken for anything other than predators, okay? There you go. They will let those games go and go and go, the Femboy Simulator go and go and go. But you want to talk about Shlep and maybe inspire more people to hunt down these predators? Your game's gone. Boom. Just like that. Gone. Over with. He says right here, the Lord Cow Cow says, Roblox acted quicker on a tribute game with 12,600 visits than they did Teddy's online dating condo games that were being played by potentially hundreds of thousands of children. These are dating condos, where you go around and you interact in a way that you're, not so childish in, right? Again, why do these 18 plus things need to exist in a child's gaming platform? Makes you wonder. Makes you wonder what the goal is. But you know who doesn't get this stuff taken down when they talk about Roblox and celebrate it? Alyssa Mercante. As you can see right here, Eric, 8-Bit Eric, brought this up, and I had no idea that this happened. This is Alyssa Mercante, former editor of Kotaku, bane to just generally sane people. She just absolutely hates sanity. And as you can see right here, a full-grown woman in her mid-40s is running around playing this Dress to Impress game. And as you can see right here, this is a screenshot that she provided in her post. that Eric has screenshotted to provide for us here. And this is what they dress up as. This is the posing that they take inside the game. Okay? And this woman is just going and interacting with this, knowing that there's children around, knowing there's children participating in this very dress up process where they're obviously dressing in not so great themes. Let's put it that way, in themes. And here you go. There was no question in Alyssa's mind of like, children are playing this. She instead says, came home tipsy last night and got on Dress to Impress, which means she already has a Roblox account. All right. She didn't go make a Roblox account because she was drunk. She was already there. And got first place back to back in this, the secret. Is this the secret to besting children? More at 11. And so she acknowledges that she's in that game, participating in that game with children. But no point does she connect together. This is probably not what kids ought to be like, involving themselves with. Least of all, in the presence of known adults. This woman knows how old she is. She knows what she's doing. Okay? And finally, I do want to bring you some good news. Been a lot of bad news, a lot of herky-jerky news. I got some good stuff for you. Shlep went out and got lawyered up. He's ready to go. And they have come forward and they have said, this is the Roblox Corporation's unlawful campaign to silence YouTube personality Shlep from speaking out about rampant sexual exploitation on the Roblox platform. All right, so here we go. This is officially happening. They are moving forward with Shlep himself. This isn't Louisiana. This isn't separate countries trying to get Roblox to obey them like Indonesia. No. Nope. This is a real deal lawsuit from Shlep himself to drag them out for interfering with his process of capturing these predators, then calling him predator-like in his tactics, okay? Also smearing him as a danger to the platform and then banning him from that platform and any mention of him. Yet they're still exploring 18-plus sections on their platform. Again, why are adults interacting with adult concepts on a platform designed and curated for children? We'll find out. As in discovery, I'm pretty sure that Shlep is going to end up dragging out into the light. This is the legal discovery, that they're going to end up dragging into the light. The moderation team was fully aware of what was going on, but had no idea how to combat it without creating a tidal effect, the tidal wave effect of, wait a minute, what's all this going on Roblox, which is what they're in the middle of right now. This is the perfect storm that they wanted to avoid. Why is all this adult stuff being enshrined on Roblox where kids are supposed to be interacting, not adults? You'll have to let me know what you guys think about this down in the comments below. But as always, guys, please keep a cool head out there and good luck.